Hey y'all. So, in today's lessons that Scrupulosity has taught me, I'm constantly amazed at the wisdom of our God. So, alright, so let's talk about it real quick. So, Scrupulosity, what does it do? It puts this pressure on you to do. It puts this pressure on you to be perfect. It puts this pressure on you to, if you don't do this, then you're going to be lost. If you don't do this, then you're going to be cut off. If you don't do this, then God is mad at you. If you don't do this, blah, 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 blah. So it puts this pressure on you to do, perform. And in order to break out of OCD, you have to go the opposite direction of the fear. Right? So, as I have began to read the New Testament and God has given me a new lens in which to view it, I'm telling you that it's like it's all beginning to make sense to me where it didn't before. It's all beginning to make sense to me. But first you have to understand Christ. So as I am reading through Hebrews, which in and of itself is a miracle, that I can read through Hebrews without spinning. And I've even read through some of the hard verses that used to make me spin like crazy, and now they don't do anything to me. Because I'm like, all right, God, I'm beginning to see the context of some of these verses that I've never even saw before my breakdown. Okay. So I'm thinking, like, how bold and how crazy, how hard it must have been for Jews at the time, and how much of a work of the Holy Spirit it had to have been for Jewish followers, for Jewish followers of Jesus to leave Judaism and the temple and the sacrifices to embrace Jesus, to embrace the message of the cross. What it must have meant for them. And fear would have held them in that system. With OCD, fear holds us in the OCD loop, but it's doing the opposite of what the fear says that actually eventually leads us to freedom from the bondage of OCD. And so I parallel this to the Jews in the New Testament who are leaving Judaism, which is something they've followed their whole life, and now they're moving from that system. They're taking a massive leap of faith to move from that system to the system, the new covenant, which is far superior to the old covenant. And they're walking in this freedom, but then they're having this outside pressure. Absolutely not. You're going the wrong way. Doesn't that sound like OCD? Oh, don't do that. That's the wrong way. If you do that, you're going to walk away from God. And they're under this threat that if they embrace the new covenant, then if they're wrong, they are cut off from God. But the fact is they're not wrong. They are right. And to go in the opposite direction of fear was the path to freedom. So fear will always keep us stuck and bound. We are not meant as children of God to be controlled by fear or the spirit of fear. We are meant to be controlled. We have the spirit of, oh Lord, it's done left me. My coffee ain't kicked in yet. God is not giving you a spirit of fear, but a power and love and a sound mind. That is the spirit in which we operate. We don't operate with the spirit of fear. We know who our God is, and we know in whom we have trusted. And so this is what most of the New Testament is even about as the church is being established. Is you've got Gentiles that the Jews are coming in and saying, no, you must follow all this. And Paul's like, nope, no, you don't. No, you don't. And then you got the Jews that are leaving the old system and they're being persecuted by the other Jews who are like, oh, you're apostatizing. And so if they listened to that, they had the choice. They had the choice. Listen to fear and persecution. OCD is a type of persecution. Or listen to faith. And sometimes when you go in the direction of faith, the fear does not go away. The fear is still there in your brain going, you're going the wrong direction. You're going the wrong direction. Alarms going off. Alarms going off. No, you're not. You are not. This is why usually with OCD, first you have to understand you have OCD, because OCD will be like, it's not OCD, it's really a spiritual problem. But the first step to overcoming OCD is acknowledging your OCD and understanding how OCD works. And so you can begin to do the opposite of what OCD tells you. And so anyway, I just have a new understanding of what the Jews of the time must have been feeling. And it helps me to even understand in a greater way that we only know the truth because the Holy Spirit has revealed it to us. There is no way that those people would have left their whole system of belief, with it meaning costing them probably their livelihoods, their families, their status in community. Like, there's no way they would have done that without the Holy Spirit revealing the truth to them. No way. In their own human minds, they would not have stepped away from that system. And this is where we need to learn to trust the work of the Holy Spirit in us, not our own understanding. Trust the Lord, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge, and He will make your path straight. Okay? So I hope this makes sense to you. The Lord is just continually revealing to me how He's used this OCD to teach me so much. So the funny thing is if you can embrace your OCD instead of, because OCD will tell you, nope, the problem is spiritual. And so you chase the thing that it gives you to chase instead of attacking the OCD at its core. But while you attack the OCD at its core, the Holy Spirit will teach you things you may not have understood or known in ways that you cannot fathom. And so I understand it's hard. I understand it's tiring. I understand that it's a burden that's really heavy to carry. But God uses all things for our good. And now that I've seen this in my life, I have seen the way He did not put it on me, but He did allow it. And how He has dramatically worked through it. It's changed me forever. Because now, no matter what comes my way, and I don't say this in a self-confident way, I only know this because the Lord has allowed me to see it and understand it by experience. Now that I've been through this, I understand that no matter what comes my way and what it looks like, because I have a Father who is good, He will literally use all things, that 3-letter word, A-L-L, all of it from start to finish. Saw a friend drive by me. All of it from start to finish. Every single bit. Not one tear will be wasted. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. I hope it makes sense to you. It made perfect sense to me. I hope I explained it well and did it justice. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And just remember, God's in control and He's got this. And He's got a purpose and a plan. And His timing is perfect. Even though it doesn't feel perfect to us, it's perfect. Trust me. Love y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. And have a great Thanksgiving.